Look at the picture. See the skull. Visible Frankenstein controls. The Brain Thoughts broadcasting radio. The Frankenstein earphone radio. The latest new skull reforming to contain all Frankenstein controls.
Hello, Capital Wasteland. Because we're actually in the Capital Wasteland.
Hey!
Oh. It's weird how that game took place here.
In this very house.
Yes, in this very house. Pieces of, I almost said Diamond City. What's the... Megaton is made from, canonically, from the pieces...
Megaton?
No, Megaton, the city in Fallout 3, is made canonically from pieces of airplanes from Dulles Airport.
Okay.
But anyhow...
That makes a lot of sense. Weird that they would choose Dulles instead of, like...
BWI?
Yeah. Or, like, BWI or Reagan Airport.
I guess it could be a composite of any one of them.
We got a shit ton. We have a metric shit fuck of planes up in this area. There ain't no slicing it.
Yeah.
We're in Plain Central.
Anyhow, out on the wasteland there, how's it going out there, scavs? Bad and worse are the only realistic answers to that rhetorical. But I'm thrilled to say I do have a couple bright spots for you.
Oh boy, they're glowing because they're radioactive.
Indeed. For one, this episode is coming at you on the last day of 2020.
Yeah.
I'm still unconvinced this year wasn't somehow an elaborate cinematic adaptation of Stephen King's The Jaunt as directed by those two dildos who ruined Game of Thrones. But still, while it has indeed been longer than you think, the end of the year, if not our problems, is at least in sight. Also, it's time for Frankenstein Control!
Oh, that too! I forgot!
That's right, though. It will be New Year's Eve when this goes live, which means tonight, as you huddle indoors around your steel drum hobo fires to wait out the clock, you'll all get to enjoy the final challenge 2020 has to offer.
What's that?
Guessing whether the thudding explosive blasts you hear are a neighbor's bootleg fireworks, or somebody else blowing themselves up in the war against 5G.
Wow. Is it weird that feels like it happened a million years ago?
No, because that's our hell world. That's why this year has felt like the goddamn jaunt.
Yeah. It's just longer than you think. Happened.
And you're aged before your time, and you claw your own eyes out with your yellowed fingernails.
Amazing how much shit's happened this year, given nobody's leaving their houses.
It really is. Earlier, though, of course, I was referring to the Christmas Day Nashville Dale Gribble terrorist attack.
Oh, yeah.
Which occurred since our last episode, which already feels like a million years ago,
we should say up front, we can make funny ha-has about it because no one died.
I was just going to say... It almost even went unnoticed, and that was because there was miraculously no fatalities except for the aforementioned Dale Gribble himself.
I locked myself in the RV.
Hank, which button do I press to get the door? Not the red one, Dale.
Hank, I'm about to press the 5G button.
It actually does appear that the perpetrator successfully took extensive pains to minimize the likelihood of human casualties. He had like a pre-recorded message advising people to get away and evacuate the building. He just wanted to attack the headquarters of AT&T. And
oh, wait a minute! Wow, I didn't put those two together at all. You think he was a wacko who was scared of the 5Gs? And
that's literally the leading theory right now.
He tried to get him at the source.
That's the leading theory right now.
You know what? He died thinking he cured coronavirus.
Yeah.
He thought he was a hero. Everyone's a hero in their own story, Ada.
Which makes everything okay.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if it's true that he did, try pretty hard to minimize, the casualties of, the human life toll, that actually entitles him, in my opinion, to a measure of compassion as well as a somber reflection on the tragic toll our current state of affairs has taken on the vulnerable, especially in conjunction with the ruinous miasma of social media echo chambers. More details are sure to emerge and shed light on this troubling situation as we move forward. I will now, however, make several jokes about the bomber's appearance.
Oh, no.
What?
Of course, it took forever to get a visual of the guy, as it always does after an attack where the perpetrator is a white dude.
No, fuck.
But once they finally started plastering his face everywhere, I couldn't help but think about how he bore significant resemblance to Bob Odenkirk wearing the wig from an Anton Chigurh Halloween costume. The guy looks like an unused Will Forte character. He looks like someone enabled a bot to use Cyberpunk's face creator and gave it the prompt Weird Uncle.
Using machine learning, we created your Weird Uncle.
Oh my god, it's him! He looks like the last guy McDonald's employees are waiting forever to leave so they can close the inside part at midnight. He looks like the old version of the guy everyone knew in high school who always wore camo cargo pants every single day.
Oh, no. I've known people like this.
Quite, most scathingly insulting of all, he sort of looks like what I might look like when I'm old. All of which is to say, if he was included in a lineup of photos and you were asked who among them looked the most like someone who would blow themselves up in an RV, and one of the other pictures in the lineup was literally the Unabomber sketch, you'd still pick this dude every single time. He has a very exploitable face.
Explodable or exploitable?
Both.
Oh.
I said explodable, but my enunciation is shit because we're exhausted. And this year has been horrible, and I'm trying to make jokes about a man who died.
And I'm it doesn't help that I'm still slightly seasick.
Yeah, Taylor was messing around with VR when I got here.
Yeah, my VR set came in the mail today, and I'm getting it all set, and I made myself real sick, pretty nauseous, not gonna lie. I'm taking steps to avoid this in the future because
drugs.
I was telling B-Ray and Ada that using the VR. You know what? We'll talk about this after you finish your news segment, B-Ray.
I was going to say, more on this in a bit, and also
more on Taylor's VR nausea right after this segment from Trevor Noah. I mean, B-Ray.
Possibly featuring the reappearance of Taylor's lunch. All of that said, though, the AT&T bombing is just about the only ridiculous, horrible thing that's happened this year that actually felt like it belonged. Because, like 15 years ago, if you told somebody that in 2020 a lone wolf suicide bomber would attack a telecom megacorp's transmissions building, trying to dismantle a powerful new form of wireless network because deep web conspiracy manifestos blamed it for causing a deadly viral pandemic, they would have asked you which episode of Ghost in the Shell you were talking about. Can you imagine if that was an episode, though? The Major would be like, Ishikawa, I need a net dive on Parler. See if you can piece together a motive. And Ishikawa would be like, no leads, Major, but I believe in QAnon now. Also, wearing a mask causes cyberbrain sclerosis, and the laughing man is George Soros.
I want you to go down to Parlor HQ, Major, and I need you to find out just who's running that show. I've got my bets on Hillary Clinton and her cabal of endocrine eaters.
Yeah.
Or no, wait, what is it? Adrenochrome?
Something like that.
It's something like that. The wackiest, the deepest of the wacky conspiracies that they have about like the cabals of the elite who torture children to get the like adrenochrome from their brains and they suck it up.
Yeah. This is real shit that people believe. I was going to say, after Ishikawa and or the chief goes off on that rant, like Bato would have to knock them out so they could disconnect them and install malware software. And a corrupted Tachikoma would be like,
another conservative voice deplatformed by Deep State Cox, Major.
oh God, it's too real. I've said enough stuff at this point to ensure we'll all be canceled now. So I'll turn it over to my cohorts here with the caveat that I have something else to talk about at some point regarding the cyberpunk genre. Take it away.
Hey, welcome to the final day, the final hours of 2020. That's right, folks. If you're listening to this, it means you survived. And it's all because of us, Frankenstein Control. We deliver the adrenochrome directly into your synapse every week on Thursday, the most darkest of days. I'm your host and secret QAnon founder, Taylor Russell. To my right is Ada Ship.
QAnon joke. My name's Ada. Fuck you.
And in front of me, as always, is B-Rye.
I'm B-Rye, and I lent my gun to the Pizzagate guy, and I shouldn't have done that.
Pizzagate?
You heard about Pizzagate, right?
Probably.
It's the Papa John scenario,
I mean,
right?
they put gate after everything.
I know,
They think it
which
means
is
scandal. It bugs
really
the shit out of
stupid.
me.
I know, it's one of the most infuriating political tropes there is. But no, this guy attacked a pizza parlor. It was it wasn't even like I don't even think it was
A pizza parlor?
yes, a pizza. Oh God!
Oh!
It all makes sense.
It's the secret cabal.
It wasn't even like a franchise location of like Pizza Hut or something. It was some kind of like local restaurant like Joe's Pizza or whatever. And this QAnon believer went in there with an assault rifle
Oh my God.
and like threatened. I think he even like popped a couple rounds off. I don't know if he did or not. It's not really that important. He threatened people with a gun. Because he believed, and QAnon supported the belief, and told him that Hillary Clinton kept kids in the basement of that pizza place for use in sex crimes, and or whatever else the fuck they believe. Who even knows anymore? What grab bag of insanity they think happens. And he is one of the instances of like people actually believing this shit and going and acting on it, and like almost murdering someone.
Yeah.
And then that guy blew himself up to attack 5G. So
Oh my God, it was the same man.
It all comes full circle.
Wow, what a whack. Did that Pizzagate happen this year?
no, I think that was a year or two ago at this point.
Oh, it might have been 2016.
It happened last month, and it just feels like it was
Yeah,
that long ago.
yeah.
Yeah, who honestly, who even fucking remembers?
Yeah.
I like ever since like before the election in 2016, this has all felt like one long nightmare that you just can't wake up from. It feels like one of those sick nightmares where you wake up and you're gonna throw up in the middle of the night, and you just sleep terribly, and all your dreams are weird.
It's
Yeah.
called a fever dream.
Yeah,
Right?
it's felt like that.
This year has been a fever dream decade.
Yes.
This year. And, but it's almost over. We're counting down the clock. We're popping bottles, folks. We're popping open the Sam Jehoshaphat brand lovely ass champagne. Buy it now at Kmart.
Oh yeah, that Kmart that's on the way to the beach in North Carolina was shut down.
Finally shut down.
Yeah.
The last remaining Kmart on the planet is now gone.
2020 took it.
That's
2020
sad.
took
Yeah.
the mart. What
I
do you
remember
ever do?
Kmart. I got the best
Kmart.
Kmart.
I remember Kmart. I got the best Star Wars action figures from them when I was a lad.
You know, I remember getting a
Of
Lego
30.
model or two from Kmart when I was a youngin' as well. And every time I ended up in like, but this goes for any store. Anytime I'm in a Walmart or a Target or a Kmart, well, not anymore Kmart, but you know, stores like that, I always like subtly end up passing through the kids' toys section,
yeah, naturally.
just to see what I can be jealous of the youth for having now.
Oh yeah, they have
And-
all kinds of shit I would have killed for 20 years ago.
Except for the Lego models. Lego models fucking suck now because
They
Star
do.
Wars isn't big and important anymore because Rise of Skywalker was so embarrassing that they didn't want to make anything from it. So there's no more Star Wars Legos.
Really?
I don't know if that's true or
Okay.
not, but I'm saying it is.
I mean, I know the last time you were in a Walmart was about a year ago, so.
It's the Kylo Ren lore smashing playlist. Playlist. God, I'm so fucked up. I said playlist instead of playset. What is wrong with me? I got some of that fire. That guy didn't take out enough of the 5G. It's rotting my brain.
I think it's rotted plenty of ours.
Mommy, you got me this Lego Star Wars set, but it's just a list. It's just a piece of paper with a Spotify link on it.
You'll get Legos digitally now, son.
you gotta download your Legos.
What's
It's only a
happening?
matter of time. We
Yeah.
call that Minecraft data.
Yeah, there is, I know there is like a like Google has some free 3D software, and there was some like partnership with Lego where you could just like have Lego pieces in it and build with them, and
That's
that
kinda
or
cool.
something. It's something like that.
McDougal.
Well, speaking of VR and also
yeah.
Minecraft, let's go to the reason why Taylor is looking like a seasick sailor over there.
Ah, yar me matey. It's because I molested a seabird. Allah,
That's bad luck, you know. Why just spill your beans?
help me to recollect. But no, I finally took the plunge. Got a VR set. I didn't get the Valve Index. I got a Samsung HMD Odyssey, and it's
Mario
pretty
Odyssey?
good. It's pretty cool. It's a Mario Odyssey. No, it's awesome. First and foremost, like I flipped that bad boy on, and I was just instantly floored by how cool it fucking is. And I wasn't even playing a game. I was just like setting it up, and it was like calibrating and stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is the future. And then I got to like goof around in a little 3D space that they let you navigate through. And then I played some Minecraft, and it was amazing. But then I started noticing, like, oh man, it gives you a little funny feeling in your stomach, don't it? Oh, that's fine, I'll probably get over it. And then I played a bit more stuff, a little bit more Minecraft, trying to get Subnautica set up, all this different stuff with the VR. And then by the time I got off to start recording with you guys, oh boy, I'm not feeling so hot.
You really felt like you were going to spill your beans.
No, it kind of did feel like I was going to spill my beans a little bit. It's like, motion sickness is common with VR. I should have took it, I'm sure it was at the back of my mind that, I get car sick really easy. So, like, of course this would make me motion sick. I could barely handle riding a merry-go-round without getting irpy. I swear to God, I've been on swing sets in recent years, and it's made me feel ill.
Ugh.
Yeah, like that bad. So, I think I'll need to look up some solutions to that, because I'm likening this to being lactose intolerant, where, like, I can't...
You got to gradually reintroduce the VR to your system until you develop the enzymes again.
Or maybe it's like being allergic to chocolate, chocolate's awesome. And like, or with the lactose intolerance thing, ice cream's great, but it makes me shit everywhere, right? It's kind of the same thing. VR
Sure,
is great.
blame it on the ice cream.
VR is great, but it makes me barf everywhere. So
Sure, blame it on the VR.
Yeah, I just like barfing, okay?
Well, maybe if you get lactose intolerant and you eat a whole bunch of ice cream and eggnog, and then play VR, it'll cancel each other out.
I need to
Hey, to make sure you leave the house. Find an excuse to go out somewhere before.
I'm going to work early.
You just come back and there's like police, grim-faced police with crime tape taping up your door. Like, just one of them just shakes his head and walks away. There's like the ambulance there with the lights on, but the siren didn't go on like they do.
They carry out a black body bag, but it's like obviously not Taylor in there. Somebody else died in our house.
That's what you think. I became my VR chat avatar in real life.
Okay.
For a fleeting, beautiful moment, and I died.
And you died.
A grizzled-looking like homicide detective just like steps away, and he's on the cell phone. He's just like, Martha, I'm quitting the force. I've seen too much. I'm coming home. We're gonna buy that place in the vineyard like we always talked about. I just can't. I can't see stuff like this anymore.
So yeah, I'm making people's dreams come true. But
And then Taylor comes home.
Yeah.
He's like, what's going on here?
Hey guys, what the fuck? Yeah, well, you guys keep doing that. I'm gonna put on this VR helmet. But yeah, no, it's my next goal to like. I'm hoping that I gain some sort of sea legs in this scenario, like I get used to it. And I bought some Dramamine but to offset it until maybe I can get used to this kind of thing, because it's awesome. It's so fucking cool. I want to do it all the time, but my body is like, no. You want to throw up now. I was like, that's the opposite of what I want, you cock.
I've played two kinds of VR games. I talked about this ages ago on the podcast, but I played two kinds of VR games. On a long time ago, I got to try out a friend of mine's Oculus Rift, and there was two kinds of VR games.
More like Cocculus Drip.
He had equipped. There was one. I'm just rolling right over Taylor's joke there.
Ada looked at me funny.
Of course, she looks at you with dismay in her eyes, just to make sure.
I want her to look at me with disjune.
Yeah. Anyway, so there was two kinds of games that he had that he let me play. There was one where you walked around like under your own power, so to speak. Like a step in real life was a step in the game.
Whoa.
And that didn't make me nauseous at all because it's like you're walking for real. You're just walking around in a visual, in this thing. And then I was fine with that. And then I played a different kind where you used both the joysticks to maneuver around with sort of a skiing motion, and I was immediately ill. And like as soon as it was like a men driven to alien forms of locomotion. That's a Blood Meridian reference. As soon as I was like moving in an unnatural fashion, I was like, no. Done with this. Go back to the other one, please.
Yeah, it's definitely, it hits a lot harder when you're doing the more unnatural motion type games. Like basically it was a sliding scale of navigating a fake house, which is kind of like how the UI of the Windows mixed reality / Steam VR user interface works. You like navigate a little house and like little app windows pop up, and that's cute and fine, and I don't really get that seasick. And then playing Minecraft, I got a little seasick. And then playing Subnautica, I was lucky that I was getting distracted at how cool everything was. But the second, I just started navigating through open water or whatever.
You stepped into the sea and you're like, I'm sick of this.
I started getting real nauseous. And it's because, you're swimming around in a 3D space and like you got the whatchamacallit, the sea moth, no, the sea glide that lets you like swim even faster.
Yeah.
So I'm going fast and like up and down and left and right and going crazy, and I'm just like, oh, it's Barfy time. Ooh. And it doesn't help that Subnautica, it says it's VR compatible, but you really got to jump through some hoops to make it work even moderately well. And that probably also doesn't help.
Well, speaking of the seamless blending of man and machine,
yes.
2 things. One, I was playing Cyberpunk last night, and I found Jesse Cox, the streamer. I found his cameo character, and you have to drive him to a doctor because there's something wrong with his pee-pee. And,
that's what he says. He says, be right. You gotta help me. There's something wrong with my pee-pee.
Jesse Cox would say those exact words.
Jesse Cox?
Yes. You guys know who Jesse Cox is, right?
Nope.
No.
Oh.
Is Courtney Cox's son?
No, he's a guy who I believe he does know the Grumps. He was on their show that they did, or maybe it was his show. I don't remember that live action show the Grumps were doing for a while.
Yeah.
He was involved with that somehow.
10-minute Power Hour?
No, not the 10-minute Power
The
Hour.
one where they're like
Good
playing
game.
characters. Yeah, good game.
Yeah, he was involved with that somehow. He was the developer of.
Oh, yeah, it was a YouTube Red show. That explains why I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And I have YouTube Red. Well, YouTube Premium now, but it was Red at the time.
Anyhow, I like Jesse. I think he's funny. I'm a fan of his videos.
You like his cocks?
I do.
Yes.
And he's pretty self-aware about the name. He's got to be. He's a funny guy. And I heard this like guy screaming, and Lissa watches his videos all the time, so I'm like acutely attuned to what his voice and mannerisms sound like.
You recognize that shriek anywhere.
I desperately needed money because there's a point where you have to get 15,000 euro dollars in the game, and I didn't have anywhere close to that, so I was like, time for some merc jobs. Let's find some question marks on the map. And
wait a minute, 15,000 euros?
Euro dollars.
They're called Euro dollars?
Or eddies, as the slang is.
Eddies. That's funny, Eddies.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't,
That's what the currency is in the game.
Well, that's the euro, so that's like, what, 8 billion American dollars? Got 'em.
And Britain can't use them anymore.
I look at, oh yeah, that's right. I look at
Take that with your Boris, what's his name, who looks like if Malfoy, Crabbe, and Goyle were all the same person.
Malfoy, Crabbe, and Goyle got shoved in Jeff Goldblum's teleporter machine, and that's what came out the other end.
Yeah, Boris Johnson, that's his fucking
Boris
name.
Johnson.
Also known as Britain's Trump.
Yes, Gorbis Bromson.
Anyhow, I went towards the first question mark for a side job on the map, and it was Jesse Cox. I heard this guy screaming, and I was like, that scream sounded familiar. And it was Jesse Cox, and I had to drive him to the doctor because his pee-pee was broke. And
How did he break his pee-pee?
He tried to install a dick implant because it's cyberpunk. You can augment all parts of your body.
Well, see, that's why he wanted the dick augment, because the starting dicks are small. And he's like, Ada used her wizardry to make my dick small, so now I need to go and get a cyber implant.
Yeah.
You can't say that with no context.
Nope. No, you get none. You have no context, audience.
Yeah, so
Fine.
I helped Jesse Cox, and he paid me money for saving his wang, and also on the subject,
You really saved my dick.
Yeah.
Be cool about penis safety.
Fuck, I forgot where I was going with that.
Tetsuo the Iron Man?
No, Cyberpunk. So Lissa and I over the weekend watched the 25-year-old movie Johnny Mnemonic. You've heard of that, right?
Never heard of it.
Johnny Mnemonic. It's
Oh, I'm thinking about Ziggy Stardust.
No, well, there was a series of novels in the late '80s that were considered to be like foundational to the cyberpunk genre.
Oh no, wait, I'm thinking of Max Headroom.
There's a character similar to him in Cyberpunk.
Oh, really?
Well, his name is Delamain, and he's like this robot AI who controls the Uber service of the future. That is just these AI-driven taxis you can summon, and there's a mission.
Oh, wait, I think I've seen a little bit of that.
Yeah, you've seen. He's a really fucking annoying.
Oh.
I'll get to that in a minute if we have time. But
is he the guy that's like, your car's gone dark? Here's the car.
Yeah, I've lost a vehicle in this area. He loses some glitch happens, and he loses control, loses contact with some of his automated cabs, and you got to track him down for him. The problem is he's lost a million of them in every single region of the game, and every time you drive anywhere in the city, he calls you. He unavoidably calls you to tell you that he's lost a vehicle near there, and you can't skip the call, and he does it every fucking time. If you go like 5 steps in the game, he calls you to tell. He's really that black guy with the walkie-talkie from Dead Rising.
Otis.
Yeah, he's the Otis of Cyberpunk. He really truly is.
And if you try and turn off his conversation with you, he'll just call you right back and be like, Frank, don't hang up on me.
What the fuck? That's rude. Even though you got slapped by a zombie and they slapped the phone out your hand, I'm still taking it out on you.
This is your fault, Frank. Look what you've done to me.
Yeah. Anyway, so Johnny Mnemonic.
Johnny Mnemonic.
Another title in the series of novels was like Mona Lisa Overdrive.
Now that's a name.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of all that before. Anyway, there are these books that were like considered pretty foundational to the idea of cyberpunk as it's currently understood. Mm-hmm. And Johnny Mnemonic is about the titular Johnny, who is a mnemonic in the world of that cyberpunk reality. A mnemonic is somebody who can download huge amounts of data and basically serves as a data courier. He downloads it into his cyber brain.
Wait a minute.
Goes somewhere else and
Hold on a
re-uploads
minute.
it.
Johnny Mnemonic.
And he's played by fucking Keanu in the movie.
Yeah, okay,
And
yeah.
we were like, holy shit!
That's the movie with my brain is a something processor, a neural net processor,
Yeah,
a learning machine.
That's the one.
My brain can hold up to 500 megabytes of data.
Yeah, it's fucking hysterical to watch it in retrospect. First off, we were like, holy shit, is this why Keanu was picked for Cyberpunk the game? And also, is that why his character in Cyberpunk is named Johnny?
Yeah.
And on top, it's basically a prerequisite to playing Cyberpunk that we. Like, I just threw it on because I heard of it and then knew that it was Cyberpunk. And I was like, holy shit, this was like a required material before you play the game. Oh my god. And it blew our minds.
Little did you know that the patch for Cyberpunk 27 is in the DVD copy for that movie.
Yeah. Well, here's the funniest...
The patch that makes the game playable on PS4.
Exactly.
Here's the fucking best thing about Johnny Mnemonic, as ridiculous as it is. Takes place in early January 2021. So it takes place now, and we were just losing our goddamn minds the entire movie. It's a good movie. It's actually a cool movie, but we're losing our fucking minds
Hey
about...
man, you don't know what Elon Musk is going to get up to next year. He's putting cyber chips in pig brains. It'll be people by next year. Don't worry.
This is just like, we're like, this is what they thought it would look like. This is what they thought it would be like now. This is fucking hilarious. Because there's a point where, first off, Ice Cube plays a character whose name is J-Bone, whose name is said every time with a straight face. and J-Bone at the climax of the movie, when they're going to bring down the mega corporation who's responsible for all the badness that goes on in the movie. He's like, y'all are going to want to remember this moment. Get your VCRs ready.
Oh, my God.
And we're like, oh God, this is golden. This is fucking transcendent.
If they knew what 2020 was really going to be like, they would have named the movie Johnny Me-matic.
I saw, this is completely unrelated, but I saw when I was checking in on Facebook for some reason that I can't even explain to you.
Why do you do it anymore, man?
Habit. Old horrible habit that is ingrained to me through toxic impulses on purpose by those grizzly old goblins who designed all that shit.
5G makes you do it.
Yeah. Anyhow, I got a page suggestion. You know how...
Sorry, that just hit me, Ada. It hit me like a truck.
It hit you like an exploding truck in front of the AT&T downtown Nashville headquarters?
Yes.
I got a suggestion for a page that was literally just the mummy from, or the fully fleshed out mummy from the Mummy movies, like when he's not a mummy anymore.
Imhotep.
Yeah, with sunglasses on. It was Memehotep's page of memes, and I giggled quite profusely at that.
Memehotep.
He had sunglasses on.
It just goes to show that even in the darkest, dankest sewers, you can find diamonds.
And memes. Speaking of memes, the 5G, Ada, I turned our apartment into a 5G tower. I hope you're okay with that.
Cool. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, good. B-Rye.
My fillings are coming out. Should that be happening?
Oh, gosh. That's probably nothing to worry about.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with the 5G. Just the massive amount of electricity coursing through every surface in this apartment.
Oh, okay. I was scared for a minute.
Yeah, don't touch the walls. You will die.
What? Don't touch the what now? Wow! Wow!
Now even you know I am a menace. I hand you the secrets to save the entire human race and the entire universe.